All right, we are week 2 of the historic Pauper ladder. I switched it up a little bit, mainly because Elvish Mystic is now legal. So we're just going to go mono-green. This is, I don't know, man, this is tempting. Do I go like super greedy here? Last week I made the smart move and mulligan. This week it's game 1. I'll play a little greedy. I've got a couple turns to make things up. If I get blown out of the water with the removal spell, I could be in a really bad position. Yep. So now we gotta really hope that we get another land, or we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Go. So we're playing against Grixis. Looks like we're playing against Grixis control. There we go. Put it out there. They'll kill it. That's a life gain. Would love to get another counter on my dude, but let's not get greedy here. Let's save our stuff. Okay, so we had a bit of a stumble there. Okay, so Grixis hexproof. Interesting. Okay, so how do we go about this that we get all the damage through? We send all of it. Whoever he doesn't block. We better hide Gashak. And we get there. Okay, so Grixis with Megalodon at the top end. I'm not really going to be able to deal with killing anything. So I think we just bring in extra protection. We dump the ram throughs, and we go there. I mean, it's a little excessive, but I want to make sure that I've got my guys alive. So, hopefully we see 1-drop, 3-drop protection spell, and we can get an elf to live past turn 1. That would be nice. And we're just going to flood out as many creatures as possible and just try and get wide on it. Not ideal, but this is okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll lead with this. So he's got a big dude. Let's go elf. Elf. I could get blown out of the water here with a sweeper, but I don't think he's running them. So we're going to put that out. Let's live dangerously. Put another one out. No attacks. And turn. See if he removes it. 2. Behold the multiverse. Okay. Cool. Alright. Let's see if we can counter a removal spell. Drop a big fatty. Would be nice. Yes. I think I'm just getting too fast for him here. Next. Go into combat, see what they do. Dragonfire. Let's keep it alive. Let's fight over it. Make him play. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Let's send those 2. All you, boss. Wide open. So now the thing is he's going to be getting rid of these null hunters as quickly as he can, because they're going to start getting big really quick. Okay. Let's go. And then let's hold up. He can still kill stuff with his removal. Eight, 9. I think we'll just go for it right now. Okay, we got there. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Grixis is scary. It's a lot of removal. I don't know that he got all his removal early. And I don't know that it was just really wasn't putting out any board presence for me to chew through. So, that was tough. I think, again, I don't think the meta is really ready for an aggressive deck. We'll take a look at the deck real quick. Green has been historically in historic Pauper. Green has been more of a mid-range value deck, right? So it's been more focused on, turn 1, maybe you get your mana ramp elf, maybe you don't. You couldn't do that consistently. Let's do commons just to make this better. And then, turn 2, if you got your mana ramp, then you're doing something like Elvish Visionary, or Landwar Visionary, sorry. The, 3 cost, draws you a card, and ramps your mana. So if you hit that track, right, your turn 3 play is likely going to be Owlbear, right? So you've got a 1/1, a 2/2, a 4/4 with trample, and you've drawn 2 cards to replace them. So that's good value that can contest with most of the stuff out there. For me, I really didn't even get to show off kind of like how fast you grow, but you did see kind of how the Jewel Thieves get out there quick and on the board. Even had a pretty slow start in that first game, but Knoll Hunters, I think, are one of those creatures that have been highly underappreciated for a while. They're just a 2/2, but when you're coming with a good amount of force every turn, they get big, and they get big quick, and you've got to deal with them or you're in trouble. But so where you can see where I'm on it now with Elvish Mystic and Landwar Elves, I did a few changes. I initially had Savage Swipe in there, which actually really would have been good the way that I drew out, getting those Knoll Hunters on board early, nobody else. But, that I would just kind of attribute to variance. And I don't think that's going to be typical because most of the stuff I have in here doesn't have 2 power. So Savage Swipe really becomes kind of a less effective card when you have few of those. If you're going for a more traditional stompy approach where maybe I'm using the Goblin Electromancers, if you're playing this in paper, which I do, and I use Savage Swipe in paper because I'm also using Burning Tree Emissary because that's a common in paper Pauper, but online it's not for historic. I really have to just go quick. So, turn 1 elf, I've got a good chance of hitting that. I adapted to Snakeskin Veil for historic Pauper. When I play in historic ladder matches versus normal decks, I'll usually use Tameo Safekeeping there because it protects me against more things. However, in paper Pauper, I think it's better, in historic Pauper, in this particular man, I think it's a little bit better because it also has some synergy with Gnarlid Colony, which is really good now. It's a very solid card. It never really comes down as a 2/2. You saw me holding it. I was getting ready to play it as a 6/6 and seeing if I could bait out a little bit more removal. But the removal I had there, obviously I wasn't going to be able to protect it with Snakeskin, so sacrifice a few elves, not a big deal, and let the gnolls get to work. But when this comes down as a 6/6 trample for 5 and then makes all your other guys with tokens tramplers as well, you end up with an army of tramplers because you've got the Kashak to put tokens on things. You've got Great Horn filtering out lands from your deck, which makes Winding Way hit a little bit better. And you've got a few bits of removal of Ram through to give you a bit of a finisher. So I think this is kind of the shell I would run for mono green. The sideboard, if you want to see, I just kind of threw in a few things. I don't really know exactly where I want to end up with it, but just put in the extra Tameo's Lifekeeping. Like I said, I want to give myself some protection against heavy removal decks because you really want to stick something quick and just keep beating on them with it. It's not typical for them to put in a creature that's going to be able to stop you, so you just keep hitting them with a creature. If they throw it in the way, you just take it out and keep on about your business. And as you keep playing creatures, eventually you'll get some stuff with trampling. You'll start chipping away at them and hit them for the end. So I put in a few things to kind of handle artifacts, which I expect to be coming along. Master Rebuke, just more fight spells if I need some more removal, but Fade Antiquity, it exiles, which is important because you have the bridges are now in historic Pauper, so you have to be careful of that interaction. The bridges can really be used with Cleansing Wildfire, accelerate really quickly, and then find ways to abuse them. I don't know what I'll play in week 3. Really I just kind of focused on this one to push monoGREEN Groff, push the more aggressive version of it, which I like playing. I don't really like playing the Dorderly value engine. It just doesn't feel green to me, right? I mean, I know that these are the cards that come out, this is what's green, but I'm kind of old school, and this feels more like old school Pauper, or old school green. I don't know necessarily Pauper because Jewel Thief is a bonkers common. Great Horn works really well. I really have no worries about that coming out. If they want to kill off my elf, I'm not going to get the land search, but I'm still going to get a 3/4 for 3 when I play it for Mutate. And because all my mana producers are non-humans, it works out really well. Not really sure what to add. I might play around with a few things, maybe throw like I think it's like the Rose Thorn Halberd or something. I want to say it's a 1 mana green 2/1. It doesn't grant trample. It's just a little extra force, but that might be enough of an acceleration that you can throw it out there, make an elf somewhat dangerous to attack with a 3/2 elf. And then you have Kashak to bash, to back it up, where you say, hey, I'm going to hit you with a 3/2 elf on those turns that you don't really get out fast, and surprise ace throw somebody in the way. You back it up with a Kashak, and now you've got a 5/4 trampler. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. That might be the next bit of tech, but this is where I was at now. Pretty quick one this week. I just don't think my opponent ever got rolling. I don't know that they had enough. I don't know what the deck construction looks like. I'll hopefully get some comments from them to get their side of the deck, so I can see what it is and what they're rolling, because I'm just not familiar with it. But really cool dude to chat with on the Discord. So I hope you guys check out the Historic Pauper Discord and hop in if you can. Really fun format. I hope you like this. I hope I got it recorded. My gosh, did I? Yeah, I think so. All right, guys, take care, and I'll catch you next time.